Alright guys, so I was lucky enough to see The Gallows a little bit early at the Music Box Theater here in Chicago. And it was pretty cool because a couple of the filmmakers and producers were there. They had a Q&A afterwards. I talked with them a little bit. They're really nice guys. That's a big feat to get picked up for distribution, so I'm really happy for them. Congratulations guys if you're watching, and let's talk about the movie. Alright, so The Gallows, it's an indie found footage film, had a budget of about $1.25 I think, and it's coming out this weekend, so we gotta talk about it. So regarding the plot, I'm not gonna get too specific about the details, but I'll just say high level, this is an urban legend story about a kid at a high school play. Something tragic happens to him and he dies, and 20 years later some knucklehead high school kids break into the school and they wake up something paranormal, and all bad things happen to them. And I really didn't know what to make of this movie when I saw the trailers, because I was like, you know, you see found footage, and I'm a found footage fan. I know a lot of people have problems with found footage. It's not found footage that's the problem, it's the people using found footage. You can use found footage and make something like Chronicle, like Paranormal Activity, Blair Witch Project, Cloverfield. There's good found footage out there. You just gotta use it right. And while the trailers didn't 100% hook me, I did see little like glimpses of things that intrigued me. So getting into the pros, the things that freaked me out in the trailers, those scenes freaked me out in the movie. And there's one scene in particular that I'm gonna keep coming back to, in which one of the main characters, this high school girl, is sitting down against a wall crying, and all of a sudden, out from behind her on the side, you just see this figure slowly coming into the screen, slowly blending in, and it gets closer and closer. This is actually, okay, this is probably a bad idea because I'm here by myself, my wife's out of town, and I'm actually kind of getting freaked out. That scene in and of itself, that one did me over. I really don't like this. I've got neighbors. They might be dead though, so I don't, see, that's not helping. And while that's probably my favorite scene out of the whole movie, there are several other scenes that are close to it that are just, I thought were very, very well done, well made, very self-respecting horror that takes a true craftsman to develop and create a scene like that. And speaking of that hallway scene, the girl that's crying, her name is Cassidy Gifford. She is the daughter of Kathy Lee Gifford. I thought that she was phenomenal in this movie. I mean, some of the performances were hit or miss with me. I could just tell that these are, you know, younger actors, not a lot of experience. You know, that's fine. But, you know, but she was just spot on pretty much the whole time. I was very impressed with her. I think we're going to see a lot more from her down the road. I also really liked how this evil entity was not just some pure slasher guy with a knife or a machete or some variation of like a blade. So now let's get to some of the complaints that I had. As I've noticed happens from time to time, there's movies where like you have a few minor complaints, but then you have one big complaint, and that big complaint is just epic. Oh, here are the 3 little issues that you had, but comes along the big problem that really brought down the movie for you. So getting into some of the tiny issues that I had with the movie, you know, the movie is really just a slightly unique spin on what is really just kind of an urban legend story. Like I said, it's a unique spin, but it's not gonna blow your socks off or anything like that. And the students are making dumb decisions. Like, I'm not gonna let these small things ruin a movie for me. What could possibly ruin the movie for me though, the amount of jump scares there are so many jump scares. God, there's so many jump scares in this movie. And I don't necessarily mind the use of jump scares when they're well made and used appropriately, and here's the key, used moderately. But this movie had so many jump scares. I mean, the whole movie, I'm sitting there like, and it's one thing if I was doing that because what I'm watching is truly horrific. Like the crab walk scene in The Exorcist, I was doing that. That was one of those scenes that I was just like, nope, goodbye. Yep, I'm done. I'm done. Don't need that in my life. Because it was genuinely horrific. I mean, it like hit me at my core. It scared me inside. It hit me on like a nerve ending level. This movie, except for several scenes that I mentioned earlier that I thought were fantastic, the majority of the scenes that I had that terrified reaction to were like this. Go Cubs! Actually, I'm more of a White Sox fan, if I'm being totally honest. All in all, guys, I can honestly say that this movie did scare me. It really did get to me. And if you're a horror movie fan and you're looking to get freaked out this weekend, go see The Gallows. Just pre-order a ticket. But what frustrated me is that for every scene that I was scared in because it was a well-crafted, well-made scene that had genuine horror elements in it, I got like 5 scenes that were just pure utter jump scares that scared me because they were well-made jump scares, but they were still 5 jump scares in a row. So overall, guys, I'm gonna give this a 2.5 out of 5. Unless I had to see a horror movie in theaters this weekend, I wouldn't see the need to pay a ticket price to see this in theaters. However, I would pay the $4 or $5 to rent this a little bit earlier than waiting for it to come on cable. And I mean it, these filmmakers I really think are guys to watch out for. Their names are Chris Lofing and Travis Cluff. I mean it when I say I'm very excited to see what these guys do next. Anyways, guys, those are my thoughts. Take it or leave it, but what do you guys think? Are you excited about The Gallows? And what found footage movies, if any, do you like? And for me, my favorites are Wreck, Paranormal Activity, Cloverfield. There's probably a few more, but I love those 3 in particular. Anyways, guys, I really appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed this, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and let's do this again soon, all right? I'll check you later.
Check you later, check you later.
Hey man, get off my case.
Oh man, chicks don't want to hear that shit.